Good morning. As I'm lying here thinking about this month being Domestic Violence Month or Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I've been asked several times by many people to give my testimony. And I always say no. But on today, this would be my first time speaking publicly about the abuse I endured. I was reading a statistic that said, on an average, people who are in domestic violence situations go back to their abusers 7 times, on an average, 7 times before they leave for good. And it made me start to think about the times I went back. Even though it's been almost 21 years, I believe, that I've been out of a domestic violence situation, and 16 years come the end of this month that I have been in a happily married marriage. Not perfect marriage, but a happily married marriage. I still get tense. I still get anxious. I still get nervous. I'm just talking about it because I've never voiced it before. But this was one occasion that just kept coming in my mind. And it was on a night, I had the twins, and they might have been about 3 weeks old. The beating started early that morning. My 2 older children didn't eat that whole day. I kept them upstairs with no water and nothing to eat so that they would be protected from what I was going through. The twins, being only maybe 3 or 4 weeks old, it was only by the grace of God. They only woke up one time that day to be fed. And like I said, it started early, about 6 a.m., because there was a fork that was in the sink, one fork that was in the sink. I was beat for over 12 hours. Y'all, this is hard. It's harder than I thought it would be. But I'm going to push through. The day was long. It was a nice, pretty day outside. My neighbors were gone. I kept wondering where they were. They were gone. And as the day went on, the beatings got worse. My face was swollen, disfigured. Blood was all over the carpet and the walls. And about 5 o'clock, I decided I'm tired. So there was a beer bottle sitting beside me. And I said, if this man hit me one more time, I'm going to take this beer bottle and I'm going to crack it over his head. And whatever is left in my hand, I'm going to use it. Well, I did. He leaned over to hit me again, and I took that beer bottle and cracked him over his head. And what I had left, I went down his abdomen with it. Unfortunately, I didn't go deep enough. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. I should say fortunately, because I'm not I'm not a violent person. And that triggered one of the worst events in my life. And afterwards, everything about 8 o'clock that night, I'm told it's my fault that I caused all of this today, and that he couldn't believe I just tried to kill him, and he couldn't believe I did this and I did that to him, when I was only defending myself. Finally, someone knocked on our door. It was one of his friends. And he welcomed him in like nothing had happened. I'm sitting there, face swollen, blood everywhere, all over the ceiling. All over the walls, all over the carpet, all over the furniture. And he having a conversation like it's a normal day with this guy. And the guy looks at me and he looks at my ex and he goes, "Let's go get something to drink." And I knew at that moment that person was sent by God to get me out of that situation. And I left. I packed up the little bit of stuff I could pack up in baskets. I heard my neighbor's car backing in, and I ran next door and I said to her, "Where have you been all day?" And she looked at me and she said, "Sharon, you got to get out of this situation or you're going to be killed." I had no money. I had nothing but the clothes on my back. I packed up formula and Pampers for my children and clothes for my children. And I said to her, "If you just get me to my mama's house, I'll give you some gas money when I get there." And she said, "Don't worry about the gas money. Let's just get you loaded up." And she took me to my mom's house. Me and my babies. And I never saw her again after that day. And like I said, it's been over 20 years. And I still haven't seen this lady again. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful to her that she helped. And after all of that, the crazy thing is, I went back.